Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're with us this morning. Hope you're doing well, and we appreciate your viewership. Let's get started with our weather, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard, there's hard-working crew taking care of it every day. Comfort needs, pretty comfortable today. High of 82 and low of 70. I say comfortable, but we've got a lot of moisture in the air. So just be aware of that. Drive safe on the roads. These drivers get crazier and crazier each month, I think. But I know y'all are aware of that because we talk about it some. Let's take a look at our water temperature brought to us by Allco Electric out of Lynn Haven. And for the first time in a couple of weeks, I'm going to get to say it's dropped 1 degree. It's dropped down to 78 degrees at the end of the pier. That's been interesting, but we've got some south wind coming, so it may heat it back up. Our river readings brought to us by our good friends at Panama City Coca-Cola. How about the Apalachicola? It has it dropping, and it is dropping a little bit. It's at a reading of 5.4 this morning. And you know, all this rain we're getting, they're not going to get that much upriver, but it looks like it will start going up soon. And now the Choctawhatchee Caryville, it's this morning at 2.6, but it's going to go one way, and that's up, and there's going to be some rising water on the Choctawhatchee River. Our tide chart, neat tides today, got a little bit of movement, but you know, the whole week is not wasted because Saturday we're getting back into some decent tide on Saturday if you're looking at it. But man, next week is just loaded with some really big strong tide. So Saturday we do have some tidal flow. Our wind direction, like I said, out of south, at about 10 to 15. All right, I'll take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I always enjoy, we have holidays coming up. I always enjoy doing that top 10 list of gifts for the holidays. And of course, this weekend, as you well know, is Mother's Day weekend and all kind of exciting things. And we have different roles. Us older guys don't have a mother with us anymore, but then we have wives and we have daughters and who are mothers and sisters who are mothers. So we always try to acknowledge it. And of course, with this being an outdoor show and a lot of us being outdoors people, we always look for outdoors gift for the outdoor lady. So I always try to make up my top 10. This one's unique this time because I hit the first 8 really quick, and but we had last night the girls Maddie McKenzie and Ashley wanted to come out to the house and just have a game night, and we ordered some pizza and we had a grand time. So, but I didn't have the last 2. I said, y'all give me I told them what I'm doing. So man, they came up with those last 2 like that. So let's get through this top 10. Gifts for the outdoor lady for Mother's Day. It could be your wife or your sister or whatever. Number 1, really cool sunglasses. Those are so important, and they're a hit. So that's 1. Sunjammers has them. Number 2, a nice ladies fishing reel, a lightweight fishing reel. Blue Water's got a bunch of those. Number 3, the outdoor clothing, a really nice sun hat. They're all kind of cool sun hats and loose clothing and all. So any kind of colorful stuff like that, they love that kind of stuff. Number 4, this is good. Now, inshore, a guided trip, inshore fishing around here or Apalachicola Bay with one of our captains. We have some great inshore captains. One of the cool things to be, how about doing the slam? They catch a flounder, a redfish, and trout. Try to do that on a trip, or just go red fishing with a guide, and you just sort of sit back and help her out and just enjoy it. Number 5. Same way with freshwater with a guide, and I wrote down, bass fishing or Lake Chalco and Lake Seminole with a guide. Also, this is cool. Get set up with maybe a guide or take it yourself. Jug fishing for catfish in Lake Seminole on the Georgia side of the lake. That jug fishing for catfish is a lot of fun, and there are guides doing that now. So check that out. Would that be a cool present? Number 6. A camera. You see all the outdoor photography we're getting, and there's some people that really, top echelon of photographers. And of course, we all do everything with our phone now. We take you know, it's good pictures. It's not that top quality like we see, but some ladies and Gail used to love the outdoor photography, and it's really cool stuff. Okay, you can see the air conditioning blowing on us this morning. That feels good. Number 7, a yearly state park pass. That's a great gift, always a great gift. Christmas and Mother's Day, and just take off to all these state parks here in the Panhandle or anywhere in the state. Okay, number 8, I put a summer fly fishing trip up to North Carolina or the White River over there in Arkansas. This is top-notch fly fishing. Just plan a 3 or 4 day trip up to the mountains with her and take her fly fishing. You can do it with a guide or yourself and all. That's special. Now, that's when I ran out. That's number 8. So that's when I ran out of ideas. And then the girls came over and I said, okay, before you eat this pizza, y'all got to give me, I told them, so here's the 2 things they came up with. And it was funny because they came up with it really fast. Number 9, they always, how about, I wouldn't have thought about this, a beach bag, okay, with a towel in it, real nice beach towel, a nice beach bag, and some suntan lotion. But I wrote it down. They want some nice suntan lotion. I didn't realize there are different levels of suntan lotion that you can get. Sun protector. It's interesting. We had Dr. Sunseri on yesterday. I would ask them the different levels, but they said they wanted that cheap stuff. They want really nice suntan lotion with the beach bags. That's a great idea. And number 10, this is one I really cracked up on. And I said I wouldn't tell them about this, but since y'all suggested it, plan a glamping trip. Not camping, but glamping. Now, glamping is a relatively new term in the outdoor world, but it's really caught on for some people. It's going camping, but it's very convenient. It's sometimes a little A-frame or something, a really nice tent, well-lit, comfortable beds, no bugs, and it's sort of really it's high dollar camping, but it's not tent camping like we're used to. And then I got to thinking about it. I said, that's not a bad idea. You can do it at St. Andrews State Park. There's a little company I think does glamping on a couple of those campsites, and there are all kinds of places doing it now. But it's spelled with a G, glamping, so that's a great idea if you get a chance to check that out. So that's 10 really good gifts for the lady in your life who may or may not be interested in outdoor stuff, but this could really spur her interest in getting outdoor stuff done. That glamping one. If y'all let me know if y'all do any of these. It'd be interesting to send me some pictures. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Got this cute little video to show you of this is Brant Marshall. He's out fishing. His wife, Erica Coker Marshall. She teaches up there at Bozeman, and both of them former students of mine, and they're doing so well. And Brant, in fact, this duck right behind me, see that duck right there? Brant, that was his outdoor project. He skin mounted that. Brant Marshall did. Brant's granddad was the Marshall Volkswagen folks. Known a couple of generations of those folks, but they're taking a little girl out fishing the other day, and she is going to be an outdoor girl. And Erica, by the way, I saw them during Teacher Appreciation Week. We had lunch day before yesterday up there at Bozeman. I want to wish a very happy Teacher Appreciation Day to all of the teachers across the Florida Panhandle and in our state. Also, happy Nurses Week. And okay, and we'll talk more about that maybe tomorrow. We'll talk about it later. But anyway, let's see if we can get it going right here. All right, here we go. Okay, there she is right there. So he loves, they're fishing. Let me see. Well, I just played it. I played it during the commercial. Okay. Let's play this one right here. Okay, we'll go with this one right here. So she's reaching in. She's reaching in to get the bait for her dad. Her dad's live bait fishing. So she gives him one right there. Okay, she loves getting that bait. All right, let me go back to the other one. All right, watch this now. This is hilarious. Okay, she reaches in. Now, most of the kids don't want to mess with her fish. All right, she's got one. Look how long look at her holding it. All right, Dad, here it is. Dad, here's your bait. Is that not precious? Look at that fish. And she's just holding it. She's fascinated with it. Look at there. Dad, here's your bait now. Come on. Is that... All right, all right. Now can you believe she held on to it that long? She clapping at the end. I thought, I knew you would appreciate something like that because when you see something like that, you can't help but just break out in a big smile. Okay, I have, let me see what else. On Teacher Appreciation, ironically, we get news during Teacher Appreciation that I didn't show y'all, I meant to show you this at the end of the Mother's Day list. The hottest Mother's Day gift is going to be this one right here. Check this out. This is, hope the wife likes her Mother's Day present. Remember I showed this last week? And look, their toes can go through it. I asked Gail if she wanted me to get her some, and she just looked at me. But don't y'all think that's a great little gift for Mother's Day? Okay. I don't hear a lot of amens on that. Let's get started on okay, one thing, this is good too. Before we get, I was talking about Teacher Appreciation. Ironically, the same week of Teacher Appreciation, we get the news across the nation that Florida ranks last in teacher pay in the nation. And what a sad reflection on our lawmakers in Tallahassee and really our society in general. We're below the state of Mississippi in average teacher pay, and I've been in it all my life, and I just hate to see it because we're losing some good quality people, and it's and in the long run our children suffer and our society suffers. So I want to bring that up. I wish it wasn't that way, but getting back to a fun note right here. Tony Anderson, my buddy over here in Bristol. Check this out. This is interesting because I hear this a lot. Asking a fisherman what they caught can lead to a confusing answer. Is it a speckled perch or is it a crappie? It's an either or answer according to how one was raised. And this is so true. And I'm going to show you, I answered Tony. Let's see. All right, let me go back to my pictures. All right. It's amazing. Sometimes technology can be a blessing. Sometimes it can be aggravating. Okay, I can't find it. Okay. Well, here it is right here. Be patient with us. Okay, so here's the answer. Here's my bottom right here. Winston said, I talk about this on the show. My daddy and my granddaddy called it a speckled perch. Therefore, it would always be a speckled perch to me coming out of Lake Tarquin. And all the guys that answered him, and lady, Rhonda Petty, speckled perch. So we, up in this area in the Panhandle, has always been a speckled perch. So that was interesting, though. Tony, thanks for showing that. Folks, I don't mean to show this to you. This is how busy I am in the month of May. I have something every day with the schools and all kinds of things going on. So anyway, the river keeper, we're going through more and more talking about the Apalachicola river keeper. They're doing a good job. They're actually, in the lower hand corner, they're actually planting some cypress and different things like that across our river system, trying to restore some of these areas. And I've talked to the guy in charge. In fact, I knew him, and they're supposed to get back with me and come on the show. And it's these baby cypress trees are really good, and they actually planted these in January, and they've grown real well. Okay, this right here. My buddy Benny Barnes, this past weekend, it was blowing this past weekend. Look what he caught a nice mess of beeliners and some grouper. Good job, Benny. He said it's 4 to 6 foot seas. Folks, 4 to 6 foot seas is rough. I finally cleaned out my middle kitchen drawer. I think all of us have that one drawer where we throw everything in it, tools and napkins and everything. Irene Richardson, one of my former students, her little daughter has a little roly-poly garden and playing with the roly-polies, and I thought that was really cool. That's an outdoor activity with the kids. Just get them, around things like that. Good job, Irene Richardson. I didn't get to really find out a lot on the Bayou Bass. I found someone taking a picture. I picked it up on the speckled trout. So you see the winners this past weekend on the Bayou Bass. The first one I was not able to cover. I just had too much going on. But you see the speckled trout, 6 pounds, 7, and then flounder, a 4-pound flounder. And you see the different names, and just look at different sizes. And look at those trophies are so cool to me. I would like to. I'm gonna enter next year just win one of those trophies. They're really nice. In the junior division, the kids trout. What was funny, the mystery fish, way over there in the far right-hand corner. was a chofa, a pinfish. Okay, y'all see this right here, mystery fish? Ariel King won it, 0.32 pounds, but I thought that was a cool mystery fish. Okay, so, and I didn't get many pictures. Here's some right here. Well, no, I'll come back to this. This is up here at our sandhill. David Bird with his grandson, Buckshot. David and Becky Bird, that is a nice fishing with a frog. Now, that's natural bait up there in the sandhill ponds. That's real deal right there. Good job, Buckshot. And then the last weekend, the 4th annual Red Holland tournament was held. And again, I didn't get, it was at Gaskin Park in Weewall. I didn't get to cover it, but I did get a picture of Brad Tilghman and John Carl. They were almost in the money. They were 10th place out of 25 boats. That's a good, I was thinking, what a great turnout that is for a little bass tournament there. 25 boats fishing the Red Holland Memorial. So good job on that. All kinds of things going on Monster Bay. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a quick look at our fishing game times today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. We're looking at our time, 8:49 to 10:49 this morning, and this evening, 9:09 to 11:09. So take your rain gear if you do venture out. And I'm beginning to see some flounder gigging pictures. In fact, if I get around to it, I got a lot more pictures to show. I want to do my top 10 list. That put me behind, but I always enjoyed the ones that y'all send me personally, and I get a lot of those, and we get to share them, and it sort of keeps us on the pulse of the Panhandle outdoorsman when y'all send it to us. So this is Heather Taylor. Okay, Heather sent this, one of our teachers, and the Taylor family. Chad and Grant had a great night fishing last weekend. Great night fishing now. They caught 1 trout, 10 mullet, and 12 crabs. Here's a better picture right here, but isn't that a great time to fish too? Sometimes get out there at night, because those crabs, I mean, this crabbing season is strong right now. So good job, Chad. Thanks, Heather, for sending that. Over here at Choctahatchee, J.B. Hillard, I'm getting J.B. to come on the show next week, and he's probably one of the top fishermen in the Florida Panhandle, because he goes all the time. So let's see, brim biting everywhere. So were the mullet. Now listen to this. He caught 58 mullet for 2 guys. Look at that last sentence. All with a gold hook and no bait. Check that out. All you need is just drop a gold hook down there in some of these mullet holes. You got to find a mullet hole, and don't worry about bait. And is that not great? They love that gold hook. And here's another picture of them right here. Good job, JB. All right. This is another. I didn't get this in time enough, but this is another little Mother's Day gift too. You find the sandals like that, outdoor for the outdoor beach lady. All right, I told my chickens about the current price of eggs, and now they're demanding thicker bedding, higher quality feed, and nesting boxes with a view. Okay, this is what I was just talking about. The flounder, this is Captain Matt Smith now. You all know Matt, has been on the show a lot, full-time. It fishes his whole life, and a full-time guide who stays booked all the time. So what he's saying, lots of bait fish moving around the bay. And as usual, the flounder aren't far away. It's shaping up to be a great May. And we'll talk about that. And I've noticed the bait fish myself. There's a lot of birds out in North Bay. James Pick, how about a mahi? His first one. James Pick is a fishing guide and a heck of a fisherman himself. The first one of the year. And some good fish tacos. Another captain. These are all 3 captains locally. Every fishing guide has a foot that looks like this. That's true. You need to cover that up, Jason. Y'all got to stay covered. Brother Steve Taylor at Emerald Coast Fellowship. Another. You think it's the same picture because he keeps showing big bass, but he caught this on a sunset cruise, and a good one. Good job, preaching fisherman. Okay, this is coming up. This is going to be July the 20th, way off, but it's the first notice we got on it, the NBARA tournament. And last year, this is great. It's one of the original tournaments, and it's still going on. So Mitch Coleman will be getting with us on that. But last year, I was looking at kingfish last year. They used to be 40-something pounders, and now they're 29 pounds winning it. And even on the recreational and on the kids and everybody else. This was last year with the kids, so good thing to set it up. I showed you, okay, I showed you about Diane Boyd, so let me skip over that one and go into, let's see, this one right here. This is, okay. Let me see. I can't remember who called these. Anyway, that's a good catch. I'll get back to who did it. Okay, my buddy Donnie Chapman. This is funny. This is Sunday now. I saw Donnie at church Sunday morning, and what did he do that afternoon? He goes down to the river and just catches a nice little mess. He and Lisa, and they weren't hitting a lot, but caught a mess, and that was a good job. Sunday afternoon fishing trip. It just don't get any better than that. Speaking, okay, this was one I was talking about. Frank Davis, Howard Creek. He bought some grub worms at the upper landing in the Old Timers Way. So y'all see that old metal can? That's what you put earthworms in. The Old Timers always had and that's what he's talking about right there. Okay. I did find this information on the Bayou Bass. It had 37 kids in it, 45 women, and 127 men. That's a good representation from all categories. So that was cool right there. And let's see, and the mystery fish, like I said, the kids was a pinfish, the adults were the pompano. See, I could have won that right there if I'd have known that. But I had I just had too many things going on. So got some more stuff coming up. Tomorrow we'll be doing the drawing and all. We got all kind of cool stuff coming up. But right now we got to wrap it up. We've had a good week. Enjoyed having Jeremy Sunseri on. Always. Really good stuff there, some good experiences, and the picture of Erica Marshall's little girl with those bait fish. I mean, that's just special. Like I say, it's just fun being around doing a show like this and getting all this input from y'all and feedback, and then actually sharing it with everybody in the Panhandle and across the nation on YouTube. So thank y'all for that opportunity. Y'all do something good for someone else today. Enjoy the great outdoors. Take care of it, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.